What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So, I want to talk about two different things in this video. First, I'm going to start off with, I was asked by a couple of people that I hear the comments that was made about Floyd Mayweather. And I did it. So, I was told that Turkey Ally Sheik had said he don't want Floyd Mayweather on his card. I'm saying, okay, well, that's true. Something must have happened, because I can't see, especially a businessman who is about making money, but also giving the sport and the people, okay, the viewing and paying customers, you know, what they want. You know, giving them a product that they can feel satisfied with, and for a great price, may I add. Okay, nothing but quality fights. So I've searched. I have not seen or heard anything that he said about Floyd. Maybe it's something I missed. Maybe it's a particular search that I need to put in. I don't know, but I've seen nothing. Now, that being said, someone else told me that he made a comment about he doesn't want YouTubers on his channel, on his cards or something like that. So I don't know if someone misinterpreted what he said or just added their own thoughts to it, because I don't see anything about Turkey Ally Sheik said such and such about Floyd Mayweather. I don't see any of it. So, okay. Now, I will say this. Based on what I saw and then what I was told was said. First off, Floyd Mayweather is retired. Floyd Mayweather is 46 years old doing exhibitions. He's fighting guys young enough to be his sons. I do not understand what this obsession is with Floyd Mayweather destroying boxing. And Floyd Mayweather's not destroying anything. Floyd Mayweather has his own lane. Okay, and he's out here doing these exhibitions, and it's obvious somebody's interested because he's still doing them. And he's still getting multi-millions of dollars for doing it. Okay. If Turkey Ally Sheik don't want, you know, YouTubers on his channel, I applaud them, because I don't want to see them either. And in terms of Floyd Mayweather doing exhibitions, well, yeah, when you're doing exhibitions, you're not in here fighting and competing with active fighters. It's not Floyd Mayweather who keeps talking about coming back to boxing. It's you guys that keep saying Floyd need to come back and fight Terrence Crawford. Floyd need to come back and fight Canelo on a rematch. Floyd need to come back and fight Manny Pacquiao on a rematch. It's you guys. Manny Pacquiao's retired. It's you guys that keep talking about what Floyd needs to do, who needs to come back and fight. So, it's not Floyd Mayweather talking about coming back to boxing and doing anything. Floyd has said many times, I am retired, I'm doing exhibitions only. So I don't see what Floyd has to do with anything other than what he's doing. No, they don't need to put him on their cards. I don't want to see him on their cards. I don't want to see exhibitions. That's the difference in what they are doing over in Saudi Arabia with boxing. New vision, different vision. I want the best versus the best. We do not want YouTubers. So if that's what he said, and the fact that Floyd Mayweather has fought against, like, KSI's brother, who was whatever, I guess all these guys were YouTubers at some point. Okay, but let me say this, and this is not in defense of Floyd as a person. I don't know Floyd as a person, okay? I just know what I know of him from being on TV fighting, just like you guys. But for people that sit here and talk about Floyd's tainting boxing, how? Okay, we just watched Tyson Fury fight not a YouTuber, but a guy who's a novice, and only his first fight, and he got applauded. This is a great fight. Oh, this is great for the sport. It's putting eyes on the sport, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Don't you guys know these MMA guys don't love boxing? They tune in because they want to see their guy win, another MMA guy. He's about to fight Anthony Joshua. Okay? Now, in terms of YouTubers, we've heard the Sean Porters, we've heard, you know, the Andre Wards, the Roy Joneses, all these different people who say, oh, what they're doing for boxing is great because they're bringing eyes to the sport. And, you know, Jake Paul and his brother, they're very, very intelligent businessmen. Oh, wait. They're not tainting the sport by trying to get people to think that a YouTube fighter and an actual boxer are the same. There's no difference. But somehow Floyd, who's retired, doing nothing but exhibitions, is tainting the sport. Like, make that make sense. So, where there's a lane for these different type of fights, let them have them. Do they belong on the Saudi card? No, I don't even care for these fights. I don't care what card they're on. I don't care for these fights. I'm not interested in these type of things. I give the boxing news. So we'll talk about certain things. And you know, I'll tell you guys off top, certain fights I refuse to watch. Okay, and if I give you the boxing news about it, it's something about the fight particular. If the fight, even if the fight turns out to be a decent fight or even a good one, especially if it's a meaningless fight though, and it does nothing. There's no title shot coming up. There's no nothing. It was just a fight. It's like, it's really like, what's the purpose of it? You know, so what's the purpose? But you can't sit here and applaud what Jake Paul is doing. Jake Paul has fought nothing but a bunch of guys old enough to be his dad, basically way past their prime. And he makes it sound as if he beat these guys in their primes. Okay, do you guys realize, even like for Logan Paul talking about it's a moral victory, you fought a dude that came in weighing like 153 pounds, and you were like 200 fucking pounds, fighting little Floyd, but speaking as though, and you notice, oh, I just fought, you know, the greatest of all times. And, oh, now you want to call him the greatest of all times because, well, I went the distance with the greatest of all time. Like, stop it. That is the type of circus nonsense boxing definitely doesn't need. For a guy who's retired, and mind you, when he came back and fought Conor McGregor, yeah, it was for his 50th fight. So what? He wasn't holding any titles. We just watched the WBC champion fight against a guy, okay, in his first fight, who's now in his second fight trying to fight to become the mandatory for undisputed in only his second fight. So in his third fight, that's what it would be if he was to beat AJ. So like, we got to get our priorities straight. So I haven't seen anything or heard anything about Turki Al-Sheikh saying anything about Floyd. But you know, for the person that told me what he said about as far as YouTubers, okay, yeah, and Floyd has fought some YouTubers. Floyd has fought he's just doing exhibitions. How is he tainting boxing? Like, if you feed something, it will grow. If you don't feed it, it'll starve to death. And I just feel like people make way more out of Floyd Mayweather and what he's doing based on what, though? Is it hatred for the guy? And only people want to see Floyd still fight is people who, okay, you'll have a mix of people going, yo, Floyd still got it. You seen what he did to this guy and that guy, okay. Then you got the guys that want to see Floyd fight because they hope that he just had that one fight where, even if it's not on his record, clearly he had his ass whooped. That's the only people that want to see Floyd still fight. Like, I mean, the guy did what he did. The man is out here still making multi-millions of dollars for fighting against people we don't even know. So that's his lane. Let him do what he's doing. In terms of this guy Turki making a comment that he don't want Floyd on his cards, or like making it like it was personal. I haven't seen or heard anything. I just was asked that question, and like, I feel like as a businessman, you never know who might like okay, for example, if you're so worried about, for a person to be worried about Floyd, well, if there's still handlers of Tank Davis, right? Turki just said he wanted to get Tank Davis versus Devin Haney on his card. And basically, if his money, okay, the money that they're offering isn't enough to get Tank to want to do it, you know, like I said, I made a video. You guys keep blaming, you know, Floyd and Leonard Ellaby for Tank Davis, a 29-year-old grown-ass man. Like, oh, he won't let them fight. He won't. What do you mean he won't let them fight? No. Tank is complacent in his position, and it's as simple as that. Otherwise, he'd make that fight. Simple. Now, So what I'm saying is, if that would be the case, I doubt very seriously that this man would come out his face and say, I don't want Floyd on my card, or what, but I want to deal with his fighter who basically handles him, and if he says no, then I get no fight with Tank. That would make zero sense. And, you know, I'm just saying, I saw nothing of that. But as far as YouTubers, no, I don't want to see YouTubers on these Saudi cards. Day of Reckoning was definitely a super respectable card. It was a great card. And that's what I want to continue to see. I don't want to see Floyd fight no fucking exhibitions on there. I don't want to see Manny Pacquiao. I don't want to see Roy Jones. I don't want to see Mike Tyson. I don't want to see no legends matches. I want to see straight up boxing with fighters that are current, that are active right now, that are in line for title shots. That's what I want to see. We want to see great fights with guys that's active to the sport right now. I don't want to see all that other shit. I'm not interested in seeing any of these other fights. Like, there's an anticipation for it. Like I said, aside from giving the boxing news is why I watch certain fights like that. But otherwise, there's certain fights I just have no interest in. So, no, let Floyd do what Floyd does. I don't care. He talks about his money and his success. Well, other fighters do the same thing. They just can't claim his financial status or undefeated record. But they still, you got fighters right now. James Toney will tell you right now, he still can beat every fighter in the world. Right now. So, just saying. You got certain fighters that do that. These guys are, you know, out here with like receding hairlines and the hair that grows is like Snow White and shit. And they'll tell you they still can beat everybody, right? They couldn't beat everybody when they were in their prime. But they'll tell you right now they can beat everybody. So it's not just a Floyd thing. I just think people pay more attention to what Floyd does. And I know there's a lot of jealousy towards Floyd. Because, you know, regardless to what Floyd is saying or doing, I don't even hear Floyd saying these things. You guys bring up things that Floyd said or did fucking 15, 20 years ago as if it's current. And even for him to talk about his success, so fucking what? You hear people do this kind of shit all of the time. You have people that don't have not even close to the type of money that Floyd make. Okay, and you got people telling you about their success in life and what they did and how they did this and this and blah, 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 high value, low value. They have all the answers to life and what you need to do. And if you want to be successful like me and do what I do and blah, 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 right? Who cares? Let Floyd do what Floyd is doing. Fuck Floyd. Fuck all of them, okay? So, again, my point is people should be careful with their words when they're giving information. Just for the simple fact that you want to make sure you're accurate in your assessments, to where it's one thing to make a mistake and say something, or you're thinking ahead, but you know. So I don't know where this news came from about him saying he don't want Floyd on his card, but I haven't heard anything. And shout out and salute to the guy, for both people, especially the one, and there was more people that, yeah, basically supported the same thing, that the guy. That Turkey made a comment that he don't want YouTubers or something to that effect. Whatever, but I haven't seen any of it. But yeah, that makes sense to me. And it's not just a YouTuber thing. He don't want cherry picks. He doesn't want, you know, low tier fights. He want nothing but the best fights that they can possibly make. So I respect that, man, and I hope that they can keep that going. So as far as that goes, man, let Floyd go keep fighting his YouTubers. Or whoever, let Floyd keep fighting his, you know, does it really matter? Either you watch or you don't watch. We all have that. We all have that ability. Nobody's forcing you. Imagine yourself sitting there going, see, so I can't stand Floyd. Looking for my wallet. This motherfucker got me here forcing me to buy another pay-per-view with him. Why don't he just retire so I can stop buying the fights? He pissed me off. Floyd is not making you do anything. You guys keep watching, so he keeps fighting. Simple as that. Okay. So, no, we don't want to see Floyd. I don't want to see Mike Tyson. Like I said, I don't want to see none of these guys on these Saudi cards. I don't even want to see them on... I don't care to see them on any card, really. Aside from him doing his little exhibition shit, whatever, let him do what he's doing. No, we don't want to see him on a Saudi card. So, I absolutely agree with Turkey. If he doesn't want YouTubers or people past their prime on his card, why would he? We don't need this legend shit and all this other stuff. We don't need that, no. So I agree with him on that. I just don't know where the story came from. But, okay. Like I said, if there's something out there I didn't see, then, but I've got nothing. When I typed in the search, you know, Turkey Al-Sheikh says he doesn't want Floyd Mayweather on his card, or it's something like that. I got nothing. Nothing. Okay. Michaela Mayer versus Natasha Jonas. Let me say this. I think that Michaela Mayer, I think she, to win this fight, she needs to stay behind her jab. She needs to keep it long, and she needs to not take a backward step so much. I mean, not to fight on the back foot, but she needs to work behind her jab. She needs to make Natasha Jonas work to get in. Natasha Jonas throws a very repetitive 1-2. And then she usually throws that 1-2 and she follows up with a very slow, winging right hook. Hopefully, Natasha Jonas tightens up on that, because defensively, when she's defensive-minded, she doesn't really throw too many punches. And that limits her offense to the point where she's not really letting her hands go. She's not thinking about putting the punches together the way that she normally would if she's offensive-minded. But when she's offensive-minded, she's very repetitive. Now, she's gotten as far. She has a title. But Natasha Jonas, she does have a tendency to, like I said, she wings that right hand. And you can telegraph her shots, because when she comes in with the shorter reach, she leaps, she lunges in. And she lunges in a straight line. So I think if Michaela Mayer, she keeps it long and she pretty much just box and not try to go into brawling mode to get the crowd to one out. But if she just goes in there and stay in boxing mode and gets to the point where Jonas like has to come in because she's not landing anything, she's behind on points, I feel like Michaela Mayer would win if she does that. And basically, I haven't seen Natasha Jonas show anything different in terms of being able to adjust and readjust in a fight to do anything different. When she lost to Katie Taylor, it was that type of thing where the combination punching and the hand speed, the foot speed, and the movement in and out, it limited her punch output. They had a good fight, but Natasha Jonas also isn't a big puncher either. And I feel like for her to win, she's going to have to tighten up on that defense. And when she throws that right hook, she needs to snap it and like turn her torso with it. Because if you watch it, it's an arm punch when she throws it, and it's slow. She needs to learn how to get that torque behind her shot. And I don't know if that's something that they worked on. We'll see tonight. But she needs to just tighten up and also keep her head off that center line. She needs to fight Michaela Mayer on angles, but she needs to get in behind that jab, and she's going to have to work the body. Now, how crafty she is in order to get that done is yet to be seen, but I think that Michaela Mayer needs to keep it long and just box. Like I said, don't worry about trying to get the crowd excited, because she's considerably taller than Natasha Jonas, and she has a power advantage. And I think that for her, now, if she decided to make this a Layla versus Christy Martin situation where she doesn't respect Jonas' power and she just jumps on her, we'll see how that goes for her. But I just think if she does that, she makes the fight easier for Jonas. And I think that Jonas looks really good catching her counter shots if she does that, because I just don't think it works in her best interest for Michaela Mayer to fight that type of style. And not only that, she's not the same type of fighter that Layla was. Layla is an attacker that throws combinations. Michaela likes to throw. She is a boxer, and that's the thing. When you go into this walk down and try to trade mode, that's really not Michaela Mayer. Even though she has the heart to do it, I don't think it's the wisest thing to do. We'll see the way it goes, but I think that for her, like I said, keep it long, stay behind the jab, work everything off the jab, and just force Michaela Jonas, and even for her, not to just come in a straight line, you know, but you're coming in, move your head, work off your jab, double, triple. Give Jonas no other option other than to try to come in and get around that jab. Basically, her jab, her straight, you know, and basically work your shots off of that. And when she gets in, you know, because when Jonas gets in close, if you watch, she throws a 1-2, but when she gets in, you know, at that point, her shots are smothered, and she's in where she's either you're gonna end up grabbing, you know, or you're gonna end up stepping back and catching her and making her pay, and making her have to have an uphill battle all night, because she's trying to not fall behind on points, but she has to get in, she has to land something. So make Natasha Jonas, who's not a big puncher, turn into the brawler, which is pretty much, at some point, if you stand behind that jab and working it like you're supposed to, Natasha Jonas is going to be in a position where she's running in the shots. And for Jonas, like I said, she needs to just tighten that defense up, snap her shots, and not let them linger out like that, and get us and not try to not get behind on points. But she's going to have to get close and work the body. Now, for either one that can employ their strategy, that's the one that's going to win. I think Michaela Mayer has a better chance of stopping Jonas than Jonas does of stopping her, but you just never know what happens in a fight. But I think that for each fighter, they need to do, you know, whatever their plan is going to be, we'll see. But I think like that would be, if I'm managing either one, I'm telling Jonas to get in close. She has to move her head, get in, you know, snap her shots. When she come in with that 1-2, dig to the body. Don't be repetitive. But when you come in with those shots, you got to get close. You got to go to the body. You got to make her miss. You got to make her pay. You need to back Michaela Mayer up. Now, even though she's not a big puncher, she doesn't have a chance of beating Michaela Mayer from the outside. She's not that type of fighter. She doesn't have those type of, you know, real boxing skills to do that. She's more of a fighter that she throws a lot of punches, but she throws the same repetitive 1-2. But she needs to move in, move that head, stay up that center line, get to her body, back her up. And even if she gets in and get close and they end up tangling up, well, it's still going to prevent Michaela Mayer from throwing her shots. So Michaela Mayer is going to have to take that step back and just keep it long. So if it ends up not being the most exciting fight, so what? As long as you get the win. And I feel like if I'm telling Michaela Mayer, I'll tell her the same thing. Like, tell her you keep it long, make her have to come in, and she's not getting past your jab. That jab is going to be the most important weapon of the night. And if she can't get past it, right, she's going to get desperate. Or she's just going to be from the outside getting beat, and the ref may wind up stopping the fight because she's just getting pounded on it from the outside. And if she can't get in, she's not scoring any points. So we'll see the way things are going to happen. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings the other people, and I will catch y'all in the next video.